So I'm over to Sanibel for the evening, and everybody thinks that the storms destroyed the beach, but I tell you, it did some damage to the properties, but it's doubled or tripled the beach. And the shells are the way they were many years ago. Yeah. Well, conchs, clams, a little bit of everything. There is so many that people they're really, they only the ones they want. Do a little walk down the beach here, checking out the wildlife. Everybody sifting through the piles of shells. Except the big ones that were old in the water got damaged from the storm, rolling around. There's hundreds, thousands of shells on the beach. The more you dig through them, the more you find. Each tide washes a new batch up to be found. We'll see how this goes, but hello. Can't see the glare of the sun right now. How are y'all doing? Shogun shells. Never heard of that one. Hello, everybody. I'm not sure about the shells being invasive. Should be an amazing sunset this evening, too. They're just everywhere. Found one alive a bit ago. Threw them back in the water. For the past few years, they've been replenishing the beach, washed up. All the sand that washed away, they bring it back through barges and pumps. And now it's all been replenished. And we've got good wave action here. Does seem to be a very clean beach still. 4 p.m. sunset. I think it's gonna be like 5:30 here, 5:40 maybe, on the U.S. time, East Coast. Let's see the size of some of these shells. I think that was one of the big left-handed whelks. Looking forward to finding one of those in good shape one day. We're slowly rebuilding these condos and hotels here on the beach line. This was 2 years ago when Irma came through. So there's 14 feet of water came up. But island people are hard to stop. They will rebuild, make it better for next time. This is the same kind of shell that was over on the tree, just much smaller. There's definitely a unique sound to the waves here on Sanibel Island. Every time the wave crashes, it rustles shells around. Very unique sound this island gets sometimes. Yeah, imagine all these places had water at least past the first floor. So, you know, this giant whelk, definitely weathered, rolling around in the ocean for a long time. Lots of, not like driftwood, but there are definitely trees that were disturbed by the storm and buried on the beach now. I do remember just about 2 years ago, along the grass line, that's where the beach was. The rest of this would all been water. I guess it's great color to them when they're fresh. Nice piece of driftwood. Sand dollars seen better days. That time of year. Find nice sand dollars out here. The size of a dime all the way up to bigger than my hand. Another one of the giant shells. I have found them maybe half that size. Goal to find a fully grown one in good shape. A place they fully gutted. This place actually might be a new build. There's several of the condos and resorts that they just bulldozed. I'm not sure where they were in Ireland, but we are on Sanibel Island in Florida, West Coast. All these shells are left here by the waves. It was called a tulip shell. People come all over the world here to collect shells. This pile here is about 3 or 4 feet tall. All shells. So every wave opens a new discovery of fresh shells to the eye. So I'll spend some time here, see what they've been digging, looking for that perfect piece. He found himself a nice little spot to find his treasure. He literally just washed up. Some people go to the store to buy these, and they're here. Some of this looks like it was Photoshop or staged for a photo. Doing a walk along Sanibel Island's beaches. Amazing of all the shells that have been washed up due to the storm disruption. All the apple murex, I think. Just give you a reference for size. They're quite large. And they're telling how much that tree's under the sand. The shells are just of giant snails, snails of all sizes. They grow out here in the Gulf of Mexico. Very nutrient-rich waters. It's going to be an amazing sunset this evening. It's about 20 minutes or so. We were going to do a beach cleanup here on this island, but it seems very clean already. People use nets and scraper type hooks and claws and stuff to dig the shells out. This is the nicest I've seen this beach in many years as far as sand and shells go. Got a little scary for a while, and again, it was up to the grass line, and some places up to the tree line. Some more of the sand deposits up there. At different times of year, there's different shells normally that wash up or they're migrating through. Maybe temperature change, water quality changes. And when I see stuff like this, you see part of a tree sticking up. How far down does it go? It's a very weathered horse conch. Oh, he's actually got a hammer crab inside him. Let's get him a little wet. See if he'll come out, and then we'll take him out to the water. See if he'll show his face. Pretty good sized hermit crab there. Stick him back out here a little bit. Hopefully he can find his way back out to deeper waters. A couple of these guys I found earlier. So what unexpected things we find. It's definitely not expecting to find a hermit crab. Looks like this one here is back up and running. Got ceiling fans on, fresh screens. We're back to living the beach life. You see the crane over there. That used to be a old resort. Old like motel right on the beach. One of the first ones over here. And after the storm, the only thing left was the pool. And 2 years later, they're finally getting the permits underway and rebuilding. But this time, instead of being a wood house and wood apartments, it'll be all concrete. Ready to stand whatever Mother Nature will send back. These guys are like paper thin. I have no idea how they washed up on the beach without getting damaged. It's amazing how the snail can continue to generate a bigger home for itself as it gets bigger. About another 15 minutes for this great sunset we're going to have. How does this stuff manage to... Oh, I just broke that one. Once in a while, more so during summertime, find those still alive in the water. I forgot the name of clam, but it's a type of clam. The birds playing all day along the shoreline, eating little critters. And yet they hardly ever get wet. Get up to this big pile of sand here, we'll come back around. catch the evening sunset. Such a unique sound when these waves crash through these piles of shells. I don't know if we should do more of this kind of live video stuff here. Got great access to the Florida Keys. We can go to this coast once in a while if needed. It's a great way to get rid of the city. They're definitely prepared now. They're probably 15, 20 feet up in the air before the house starts. Solid concrete, everything, metal roofs. They're going to be ready for next time. Hopefully there is never a next time. Big old seagull hanging out. I'm just going to come over, relax for the evening and tomorrow morning. Do a little beach cleanup. But there's a very clean beach. Just lots of shells. I said a lot more sand than it used to be. A little rainbow action over there. We're near St. Pete, a little bit south for Sanibel Island. Yeah, we should be getting sunset in another 20 minutes or so. Don't know the exact beach. We're kind of southish of what was called Bowman's Beach. Here are a couple old resorts. They're called West Wind and Shalimar. The old ones, but they've been demoed for do some great surfing. Tide actually hands at a nice current. Great fishing right at the beach. And we're working on the sunset. You realize when you're here that the problems aren't real. See how simple life can be. Just sit here and enjoy the sound of the waves, the fresh air. Water is surprisingly comfortable for this time of year. So the guys just cruise up and down the beach all day long, like a sandpiper or something. channel started off doing boating videos, a little bit of island travel, and been focusing on beach cleanups and coastal cleanup type things, along with some still island and beach travels. Trying to be one with the environment, a little bit of reality. Love watching these little guys run around. And sometimes there's a whole flock of them, all chasing the waves up and down, getting the little critters living in the sand. There's something about the west coast of Florida that has amazing sunsets. If there's any obstruction between this side of Florida and Texas, Texas is out that way. I think Key West is that way there, kind of. With Florida, we got Marco Island down that way, wraps around the Key West. And there's just nothing but the Gulf of Mexico. Star Wars. Not real good at humming. But now you got everybody humming in their head of Star Wars themes. Where'd he go? There he is. I know how they stay so skinny now. Run all day long. We'll have to meet up one day, all these coastal walks, and we'll have you do the humming. Definitely a big Star Wars fan, you must be. So cool the way the clouds affect the light of the sun. So it's getting hardcore with this fishing. You see where those waves are breaking there. There's a little sandbar building up. Between that sandbar and the beach, be a nice current of water that directs all the fish right down the beach. About 2.5 years ago, caught a nice snook. We're on Sanibel Island, west coast of Florida. And most of these homes and cottages and like hotel type places are still mostly under reconstruction. They've been hit 3 times in the past 2 years by storms. Amazing place to come relax. Got the pelicans flying over. Got lucky one year and saw a bald eagle hanging out on the pine trees of the beach. The other interesting thing is, depending on which part of the beach, you can determine what kind of shells you're going to find. Some places are more known for sand dollars, some are for the conchs, some are for the whelks. This whole area is like a nursery for these animals. When they either pass on from natural causes or eaten someone's meal, they release the shell. It gets washed up here on the beach. Or it was a few minutes ago, there was less shells. Back on this end again, where the piles are larger. They're adding to the driftwood covered in whelks. Appreciate those of you sticking around long enough. This guy, he's just finishing up apparently. There's probably at least 2 or 3 feet of solid shells here. A lot of the good ones will sink down to the bottom from the wave action. This little guy gets as big as the ones that were back there on the driftwood. A good way of looking at it. A little more realistic, I hope. But extra unique of that wave action with the shells. Every wave uncovers a new set of shells. Definitely a unique beach. Been to many beaches around the world, and I have never seen any with this many shells. And as time goes on, they just break down, turn back into sand, and then the new animals use that minerals to build new shells. I am in Florida, on the west coast, Sanibel Island area. Don't remember the name of this exact beach of Sanibel Island. About middle of the island. Definitely walking on the sand barefoot, along with fresh air in the water, helps wash all the big city drama away. Towing up, but there's got to be like a whole tree branches under the beach here. There's a whole bottom of a tree. Amazing the power of the wind and the waves during those storms. There are still sections of the beach where there are no buildings, believe it or not. There are a few remote places. The guy's still looking for his dinner. Thank everybody for all the likes. Leave that one for somebody else. We did put a goal together of doing coastal cleanups. I do £1 per subscriber. So any help y'all can give that way would be great. This is actually one of the better days. You could go kayaking and paddleboarding here. Once you get past the initial waves here on the shoreline, it's not all that bad. That root pattern's so cool. So now it looks like the tide's coming in. I'll do this for another 5 hours or so. It's already started. Then as the tide goes back out, it will start revealing all the new shells for the day. lucky there's anything dangerous besides mosquitoes here anymore. 2 years ago, this entire island was covered by 14 feet of water. Now, you do get sharks out there in the water itself, but it's pretty much any ocean. If the water is salty, most likely there's sharks somewhere in it. Yeah, picture water was up to the top of those at first level. We were checking other parts of the island a couple of weeks ago. We're in the middle of the island, and I can see water lines from the storm about 7 feet off the ground. I think we're gonna get it tonight. See a little bit of clouds near the horizon, but this is the one beach I have seen a green flash. You get perfect conditions, that sun setting, you get that green flash at the end. Just enjoying the beach, walking back and forth. We're still trying to figure out if they're going to rebuild that one or not. But definitely that first whole level was underwater. I've been here to walk on this beach in a few months, so it feels good to walk along the coastline. So the palm trees, remnants of the storm. Another couple minutes and we'll have a seat for the sunset. If you know anybody who likes sunsets on the west coast of Florida, just sunsets in general, let them know. It's maybe 10 minutes away, judging by the hike now. Another place that some really good sunsets is down in the Keys. Just walking down the old 7 Mile Bridge. Check out that palm tree. I was blown inland. We're here shelling day and night. You never know there are many clouds in the sky until the sun gets behind them. They help make some amazing colors. years ago. We're seeing bioluminescence at nighttime in the waves. We got some many little birds. There's one now. They chase the wave line all day long, catching their lunch and dinner. Up and down, up and down. They like what's in the water, but they don't want it to be in the water. The bigger birds flying, usually pelicans. It does seem like they're playing games with the waves. Thank everybody's support for joining in. Now we're getting to the color changing time of the day. Oranges and reds. This guy going through the shells. Never seen a snake in all my years of coming here. Most I've seen is not even here, be down towards the Florida Keys, eels in the water, but no snakes on the beach. For his evening swim. I have to go back to walking around. The biting gnats are coming out. Amazing soothing colors of the sunsets. Yeah, let me know if y'all like this stuff. We can do kind of videos from Key West, do a marathon off 7 Mile Bridge. We'll do them out of Alamorada maybe. We got some moon action going on. Got some last little bit of sunset here on the west coast of Florida. Appreciate everybody's support. Catching this video. Oh, yes, the sand gnats are coming out. When you sit inside the shells, there's no wind, and the animals start coming out to bite your legs. Dude, we're in Florida. We're on the west coast of Florida. Just amazing. The amount of shells that washed up on this beach due to the past couple storms. Won't see any alligators on the beach because alligators are fresh water. Do have crocodiles. We get crocodiles a lot down towards the Keys. And down by where I stay, we got crocodiles hanging out at the boat marinas. I have not seen any crocodiles on this beach. I've been coming here a long time. I remember talking to a guy, he was snorkeling for shells. And he was, I find the buoy. He was about at the buoy area. And he ran into a manatee, scared him to death. Oh no, there's quite a few crocodiles in South Florida. I'll post a video later on where we were watching them fight each other at the boat ramp. We have a resident one down Black Point Marina. Saltwater crocodiles. They're not quite as big as the Australian versions, but they still get up into the 13, 15, 17 feet. They're kayaking down in Alamorada through the mangroves, and there was a few crocodiles there. Alligators we've had in the backyard on random occasions. And they stay in the Everglades on the freshwater side. All right, we're about out of sun here. Gonna head back. See what's going on the rest of the evening. A few minutes, see if the sky changes color at all. I appreciate your support. Sure, follow us if you want to tag along for more videos like this. There's some people buy these shells in stores, and they're all just right here on the beach. So many so that people are just leaving them. It's too many to take back. All right, y'all have a great night. We'll get back with you later on.